Tony, we need a cold open for the podcast, right?
Yes.
What if I just said it's the Winter Olympics? That is the cold open.
Oh, okay.
You want to talk about sports?
Yes, I want to talk about sports.
You want to get a real job? You want to talk about sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
All right, sports it is.
Welcome to Tony's Upset. I'm your host, Tony Cinelli, along with my co-host, Gianni Cinelli. How are you, Gianni?
Tony, I'm chilling. I'm cool. You know why?
Why?
Because we're talking about the Winter Olympics. Now, there's a lot of sports at the Winter Olympics, right?
Yes.
But today, we're really only going to talk about the two that I want to talk about.
Okay.
We're going to talk about hockey and figure skating.
Okay.
So let's first start with the fact that the women's and the men's team for the United States of America brought home the gold. USA! 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 That felt good. All right, first, Tony, talk to me about the USA women's hockey match.
Yes, USA defeated Canada 2-1 in overtime, winning the gold medal winning goal by Megan Keller.
Yes, Megan Keller had an amazing game-winning goal, especially for a defender. I mean, it was a really great goal to win it for the tournament, to win it for the USA team. And Megan Keller and Caroline Harvey actually tied the team, leading in 9 points each for the whole tournament. Tony, can you explain what points means to the audience?
Points is like goals and assists.
Yeah, so instead of 9 goals or 6 goals and 3 assists, you just say 9 points. You contributed 2.
Exactly.
Now, coming into this, the women's team, they were favorites, right?
Well, they were equal. They were co-favorites with
who?
Canada.
Okay, with Canada, which makes this a really big win. Although, to be fair, they are pretty much expected to always get a medal in these tournaments. They're kind of like the women's team for soccer. I mean,
yeah.
They're not to be messed with at the end of the day. One more thing to mention is that Hillary Knight became the Team USA's all-time Olympic leader in goals, not just points, but goals, with 15 career Olympic goals. Now, she did play in actually quite a few Olympic tournaments. I don't know if I have that information on hand. I don't. All right. Now, Tony, let's talk about the USA men's team.
Absolutely.
Talk to me about that game.
Yeah, like the women's team, USA also defeated Canada 2-1 in overtime.
Now, Jack Hughes had the overtime game winner, right?
Yep.
I might have heard a little bit that Jack Hughes isn't having the best regular season.
If there's one state that is not good for professionals, it's New Jersey. It's the New Jersey Devils that are not good. The New York Jets who play in New Jersey. The New York Giants. Johnny, can you look up if the Brooklyn Nets were ever called the New Jersey Nets?
I think they were. I think they were the New Jersey Nets.
They were. Yes, they were. And then the New Jersey Nets were not a great team, so they moved back to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Which is still not a good team.
I think that was when Vince Carter played.
Yes, okay.
I've seen this logo. This is like
Yep.
2K8 logo right here. Tony's showing his age with that one. Yeah,
I guessed, yep.
Jack Hughes.
I'm only 26.
There you go. Jack Hughes isn't having a bad season. He's on a bad team.
Yep.
Is that it? Okay.
Yep.
But Jack Hughes had 4 goals in this tournament. That's a big deal.
Yeah. And his brother played.
His brother played as well?
Yeah.
Is he good?
His brother's good. He's good.
Okay.
Plays for Minnesota Wild.
Oh, is that a professional hockey team?
Yeah.
When did Minnesota get a hockey team?
I've always had a hockey team.
Minnesota Wild?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that a day in my life. I genuinely don't believe that is the name of a hockey team.
Yes.
Tony, I've never seen this logo before. I feel really bad for Minnesota Wild. If you're listening, Minnesota Wild, please forgive me, but I've never heard of your franchise. and I'm not an idiot. Well, I don't know. Jury's out on that one. That being said, having a quick
This really haven't done anything.
Yeah. You think?
I don't know.
The U.S. was a top contender coming into this tournament, right? But
Yep.
Canada was generally the betting favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So this was kind of a big win for the U.S., no?
Oh, absolutely.
And it was their first Olympic gold for U.S. men's hockey since 1980. And the first time the U.S. men won Olympic hockey gold on foreign soil. Because the last times that they won were actually all in, I was going to say World Cups, all in Olympics that were in the United States.
Really? Wow. So this is the first time ever.
First time ever that it didn't happen in the United States. Probably it's like home crowds, right? Tony, is there anything else we need to know about this USA gold in the final?
Yeah, let's give it up for the goaltender, Connor Hellebuck, who was a standout in the men's gold, in the gold medal game.
Okay. Talk to me about his performance.
Yeah, he stopped 41 out of 42 shots.
That's kind of unheard of.
Yeah. I was so... Hellebuck was even named the best goaltender of the tournament.
That's kind of insane.
Yep.
Okay, Tony, we talked about women's hockey and we talked about men's hockey. I want to talk about Alysa Liu.
Is it Alysa Liu?
Tony, I just Googled it. I have a lisp. I'm trying so hard to not say it wrong.
I know, I'm telling you, it's when I want to do
I know, I'm just so afraid to say it wrong.
You have to say it professionally.
Alysa Liu. Okay. So Alysa Liu was the women's gold figure skater this year in the Olympics. I want to talk to you a little bit about her story, okay? She was born in 2005, and she began figure skating at 5 years old. She was a teen phenomenon, and she was the youngest U.S. figure skating champion ever at age 13 years old. She did that in 2019 and in 2020.
She's also doing this also as a college student.
We'll get there in a minute.
Oh, okay.
In 2022, she went to Beijing for her first Olympics. At the age of 16, she contributed to a bronze medal for the team event and finished 6th individually. Okay? But soon after that season, she announced her retirement.
At 16?
16. The reason being, basically, she wanted her own life. She didn't want to be controlled by the sport that she loved. She wanted to have a normal life. She wanted to go to concerts. She wanted to have friends. She wanted to just be a normal person and go to college and have a normal life. She even enrolled at UCLA and was enjoying not skating. And then in 2024, she went on a skiing trip. And she noticed something that surprised her, that the same feeling she got when she was skiing was similar to the feeling she got when she was ice skating. But this time, instead of feeling the overwhelming burden of being an athlete, she felt freedom. And I think it's really interesting because she realized, she said, if I could bring this same sense of freedom back with me into ice skating, I could maybe ice skate again. So she called up her coach, and I actually watched a video of him talking about it. And he said that when she called and said, I want to get back into ice skating, he said, I opened a big bottle of wine. I drank this big glass of wine, and I tried to explain to her why it was a bad idea to get back into ice skating. Yet she did it. And she returned to skating on her own terms, as her own person. And she gave such a superb performance to win Olympic gold. I mean, she was stellar. And we'll put the video in the show notes. So first of all, I just think it was a really impressive story for someone to be at the top of their game, realize that they're not happy, retire, seem to heal from that, come back and win gold. Tony, do you have any thoughts on that before I ask you some follow-up questions?
Just dedication, showing that you, at a young age, you want to be the best.
Yeah.
But also want to have a life. Also want to do stuff. Like, that is dedication, but...
It's a lot.
But she's doing something that she loves.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to give up on.
You know, the
kind
commentators...
Like we are.
Yeah. The commentators made a comment about the fact that, you know, when she came back for the Olympics, she didn't even care if she won a medal. But at her level of performance, a lot of people just assumed that she would because she was that good. But the thing that the commentator said while I was watching the video, she said, basically, Alysa found a way to do what most athletes can only dream of doing, which is finding a way to do what they love and to continue love doing it. That's hard.
Yeah.
Because to be the best is hard work. You ever watch like Kobe Bryant talk about how much hard work he did as an athlete? I watched a video of JJ Redick talking about shooting, I think, 426 shots 6 days a week. You know, getting in 2-hour naps like 3 times a day and just working an insane amount. I think the demand to be the best in your field is so overwhelming. And I think the challenge that a lot of people, a lot of listeners probably have to ask themselves at home, and we have to ask ourselves is there anything in life that you think is worth pursuing to that extent? You know, if you could win an Olympic gold, if I told you right now you could win an Olympic gold in a sport, but you'd have to give so much of yourself to do it, what do you think? I softened you up with all these hockey questions.
Yes, you did, yeah.
Made it soft and easy. Everyone's thinking it's a good, jovial time. We're chanting USA, but these are the tough questions. These are the questions you have to ask yourself in life. Is there anything worth, first question, is there anything worth losing yourself for in the pursuit of greatness?
Me personally, no.
Yeah.
No.
You know, if I told you tomorrow you could sign the dotted line and, you know, be the next Pat McAfee, but you couldn't be Tony, do you want that?
I mean, I would want to do what's something I would love to do.
Yeah.
If I have to play a jackass,
yeah,
I can play that.
Yeah.
You know, if I have to whip teams, yeah, you know, I sometimes whip teams, but...
If you have to what?
Whip teams.
Whip?
R-I-P, whip.
Oh, rip them. Okay. You have to rip into teams, yeah?
Yeah.
But what if I said, Tony, we'll let you be like the next biggest sports commentator. The things that make you who you are, you got to fix those. We don't like this. You have to fit this model and be this person. We don't want your personality. We want you to kind of fit a corporate image. What do you think?
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you, if anyone listening right now was in your shoes, they don't have a great answer. So if you take your time, that's okay. It's a hard question for us all to ask, you know? It's that's okay if you don't know your answer. You know, it's you've seen the Avengers movies?
Yeah.
You know the scene where basically he's trying to get one of the last Infinity Stones. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen them. And he's like, okay, well, they're like basically like, you have to sacrifice your daughter, you have to throw her off a cliff. And if you do that, you can have a stone. And then he does it. And basically, a little girl asks him, is like, did you get what you wanted? And he's like, yeah. What did it cost you? Everything.
Yeah.
I think the question we have to ask ourselves in life, whether it's sports, whether it's work, whatever it is, what are you willing to risk everything for? And at the end of the day, is it worth it? Is it worth losing yourself? Is it worth losing your joy?
I don't want to lose my joy.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm not going to ask you to lose your joy here. I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you, if ESPN were to call tomorrow and say, we're offering you a job, you just have to leave your brother and leave your podcast, I'm packing your bags for you. There's no way you're turning that down. I will cheer you on from the sidelines, gladly. I am here to lift you up to the best of my ability. Thank you. But I think this is a question to always reflect on, is like, you know, we'll joke about you having autism, right?
Yep.
But we're not going to beat you up for having autism. Or we're not going to, like, make fun of you in a hurtful way just for likes, just for listens. Right?
What?
We're going to lean into the fact that we're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, at the end of the day, it's not that Tony and I actually hate each other and we just do this for podcasts. Tony and I love each other.
Yes,
we're
we do.
brothers.
Yes.
And I think, like, that's the beauty of sports, bringing us together, you know? Like, I know as a relatively newly married man, I haven't always had the time for Tony in my life recently. And doing this podcast puts us together a lot more. It allows me to like, get back into sports, and it's been a real blessing in my life. Tony, do you have anything you want to add to this little family therapy session?
Yes, I love you. I'm very grateful for you doing this with me. You have always had my back on this.
I'll continue to. I love you too.
I
think we're going to end it there. I don't think we can go anywhere from there. Thank you for listening to Tony's Upset, a sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. Goodbye, y'all. Man, I feel like I'm going to listen to this and cry.
Yeah.
You too?
Mm-hmm.
feel like Mom's gonna be crying when she listens to it. Oh, I know we haven't stopped recording.
Oh, okay.
Listen, what did I tell you in the past? You always cry into the mic.
You-
Always cry into the mic.